I'm Felicia and I like scary movies, and today we have a Patreon requested review from Shauna. So first of all, thank you Shauna for being a freaking awesome supporter, and I love hanging out with you. Now if any of you are interested in requesting reviews, hanging out in my Discord, or watching vlogs of my daily life, then I will link my Patreon down below in the description of this video. But today we're talking about Gothika from the year 2003. Gothika from the year 2003. Now, turns out I've never seen this movie. I don't know why, but maybe it has something to do with the 15% it had on Rotten Tomatoes, which feels very aggressive. Gothika is a supernatural psychological thriller, and it has Halle Berry and also, surprisingly, Robert Downey Jr., who I had no idea was in this movie. For a little bit of plot, it is about a psychiatrist who wakes up as a patient in the asylum where she works with no recollection of what she's done or how she got there. Ooh, a very spooky. Now before I get into the bad, let's talk about the good. There are some things I liked about this movie, and the first chunk of it I was like, this is pretty good. What's everybody talking about? First of all, I really like the color palette. It's very blue, and I just really like blue horror movies, probably because of my obsession with Mike Flanagan, but hey. But this was directed by Matthew Kassovitz. He is a French director who also did Amelie, which is a very different movie than this. But overall, I thought the direction was pretty good, and I like the concept of a psychiatrist trying to diagnose her own psychosis. I think that is fun. There's a lot of scenes of Halle Berry going back and forth with Robert Downey Jr., talking about what she's experiencing and how that would look to a doctor and all of these things, and I'm like, oh, that's like kind of interesting. And also, for the most part, I'm just glad Halle Berry did this movie. I love that she was in a, not just a thriller, but a supernatural one at that. And she has some pretty fun sequences in here she really had to go for. So I'm saying, yay you, Halle. Now, I guess what's bad about this movie is it kind of goes off the rails in the third act. It gets a little cheesy, over dramatic, I'll say. There is a lot of Halle Berry running and screaming, kind of in the same tone every time, so it sort of starts to feel like a comedy moment, which it's not. Also, the song over the credits is the Limp Bizkit cover of Behind Blue Eyes, which I think says a lot about this movie and the year 2003. Oh, also, this is a random fact I found on IMDb, but apparently they had to halt filming for 8 weeks because Robert Downey Jr. accidentally broke Halle Berry's arm while filming a scene. It was a total accident, but like, big yikes. Oh, this is how these Patreon requested reviews go. When I'm reviewing something that's a little older, that I have a lot more dirt on and different kinds of perspective on, it just goes a little off the rails. But while I was watching this movie, Halle Berry's character is named Dr. Miranda Gray. And I was like Grey's Anatomy? And I was like, what? It's like, no, that's Meredith Grey, but there is a Miranda on Grey's Anatomy who I think is like the best character anyway, so that was a very confusing moment for me. And now that I said all that random stuff, my other big issue with this movie is the ending, so here are some spoilers in case you haven't seen this movie. I just don't know why they had to do 2 twists, 2 serial killers. I thought the one twist was actually pretty good when you find out that it's actually Halle Berry's husband that is the serial killer, and she killed him because the girl that he killed was possessing her body. I was like, oh, okay, I'm into it. And then they had to do this whole other like second ending with a whole nother serial killer. And I was like, now I'm tired. And then the epilogue. So, okay, I like the idea that Halle Berry is now someone that just sees tortured soul ghost creatures that need her help. That's fine. But it is the cheesiest epilogue I have ever seen in my life. Like the little kid in the street reaching for Halle Berry, like, ah, and then she's like, ah, and then they play Behind Blue Eyes covered by Limp Bizkit. I'm just like, oh my god. Oh my god. It got a little too much. But a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes, I do feel is like a little harsh. I would have given this one like a 40%, but I'm very generous. But like I said, I did like things about the movie. I thought it was kind of stylish for most of it. I thought Halle Berry was fun to watch. And I did like the first twist ending. If that had just been the only twist ending, that would have been good, I think. Oh, and I like the scene where she goes down into the pool to hide. She hides in the pool. I thought that was kind of fun too. Okay. I think that's it. Once again, thank you so much, Shauna, for requesting this review. I can't believe I hadn't seen this movie. It was definitely a big hole in my early 2000s horror movie knowledge. So I appreciate it. I had fun watching it. And I think that's it, people. Let me know what you think of Gothika down in the comments. Oh, also I looked up the word Gothika. Turns out it is a real word. Oh my god, it's not a real word. Okay, it's a fan. There have been some fan made up definitions of the word, which include, okay, it applies to loneliness of seeking answers without the belief and support of the people you depend. I don't care. Okay, it's not a real world. It's not a real word. Never mind. We're gonna end that review right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, my Patreon is down below if you guys want to request a review, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice screen. Bye.